like 13 or 12%.
That's fun, is it?
Well, it's because I've been taking videos of everybody.
Oh my god! Oh, you fucker.
There was only the option to have a cold one,
That's
but
fine.
it was fine. It was
Better than nothing, eh?
Right. It was the hands off.
It's pretty. It's a pretty different style, I'll tell you that much.
An atmosphere.
Okay, KA3
Uh-huh.
7AA.
That's this way, is it? Yeah, it looks like it.
That juvenile, that stuff's just so
I
fun.
think
Yeah.
Why would you not go to Girders though?
You said my name.
she's
To
probably
be
had those
fair,
moments
man.
too.
That'd be great.
I was sobbing like a little baby, man. I was eating a cold chicken burger because I'd got it from the catering. They said you better get it before the catering shuts. I was on the phone to Hannah and she's like, "Are you eating?" And I was like, she's like, "Why didn't you just eat your food and then phone me?" I was like, "I had to phone you." Wolfgang actually came in and held the door shut for me because he was like, "Bro, you need a minute." I was like, oh, he's like, "Oh, sorry, you okay?" I was like, "Oh, I just need a minute." He's like, "Right, just get it out." And he kind of like faced the door and held the door shut. And I was like,
He's a great guy. Nurses.
Well, like that's the thing
Being
I've
at a
started
show.
trying to do at training is look out as if there's a crowd
Yeah.
and just start reacting that way because I feel like I'm too drilled.
Like,
Dedication is staggering, isn't it?
Innit? Like how much
Right,
money?
Monday
do you
to
think,
Friday till 5, right? Good.
How much money do you think the like regular fans spend?
Oh,
It must be a
lot.
fortune. It's like it's their thing, isn't it? Right, okay, here we go. Here we go.
You got it.
Yeah, I'm really lucky to say that I've had the opportunity to wrestle all around the world. I've wrestled all over the UK and Europe and Germany, Denmark, Spain. I've wrestled in America, North America, and last weekend I was in Dubai. So that's my third continent. I'm 17 years in. I'm an independent contractor. I've managed to get myself to 3 different continents for double-numbered countries, and I can't wait to see that if one day I get handed that contract, where in the world that's going to take me.
Yeah, right.
I've never double champ. Yeah. And then the next show, you meet him and he's won it. Right. He's main event, stay facing it.
I think the hardest thing that I found over the years was not allowing my wrestling personality to bleed into real life. To understand that Andrew Inch and Andy Roberts or Andy Wilde are completely different people, and not allow wrestling to dictate how I feel about myself as a human being. I'm lucky enough to have 2 children. When I walk home, regardless of what happens with wrestling, when I walk through that door, I'm a superhero. I'm a dad. I'm very lucky that way. When it comes to being good or bad as a professional wrestler, you have to do what you need to do on the day. If your job is to be a villain, you're a villain. If your job is to be a good guy, you're a good guy. And you have to be diverse and skilled in doing that. And I think as you progress through your career, it becomes very easy to do. mean, there's so many different places that people want to go. I mean, for me, when I grew up watching wrestling, I used to watch SmackDown. SmackDown was my dream. I used to sit on the sofa. I was a very, very big, overweight teenager, and I used to sit there and be so upset at the thought that I could never, ever do that. And then, unfortunately, my dad passed away at quite a young age. I was 16 years old when my dad passed away, and I decided at that point that I wasn't going to follow in the footsteps of the previous generations of men in my family. I wasn't going to die at a young age. I wasn't just going to accept life and let it beat me down and become somebody I didn't want to be. I decided to channel that energy into facing reality and going after my dream. And every day from that day to now, I've been working towards wrestling on the WWE, wrestling for SmackDown. The days I'm in the gym on that cross trainer at 8 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm doing burpees at night, 10 o'clock at night, whatever I need to do. I just keep thinking to myself, I just keep manifesting over and over again in my head that phone call or that email. Dear Andy, it's such and such from WWE. We'd like to offer you the opportunity to come and work for WWE. We'd like to offer you the chance to come and wrestle on SmackDown. And that honestly gives me the drive that I need to get through that set, to get through that rep, through that workout, through that match, through that 7-hour drive back from England in a car stacked full of people, because we only do all those things because we want to get to that end result, and that end result for me is the WWE. So there's no doubt, and we all know now with the internet and things, what wrestling is. However, people shit on what wrestling is because they don't understand it. Can you imagine? You look at an amazing film. You think of a film like Braveheart. Now, could you imagine if Mel Gibson just had to walk out into a field and somebody says, "You're Braveheart, he's the bad king, go." And you just need to, on the spot, make a blockbuster film. And you have to do that with all the skills that you have in that moment. You have to listen to the crowd. You have to react to cameras. You have to react to what the crowd's doing. You have to react to your opponent. And you have to build this classic, this moment that we're all working towards. That moment at the end of Braveheart where he shouts freedom. That's the bit that we all want to see. But that wouldn't make sense if he just shouted that in the field, was it? So we need to build that motion picture, that blockbuster, right then and there. And that's what the expectations of the promoter is. The promoter is going to say, "You're doing this job, you're a villain. You're doing this job, you're a blue eye, you're a good guy. Go out there and let the crowd know what that means." So I need to come out and I need to entertain the crowd, but I also need to make it realistic as possible. We're lucky, we're British wrestlers. British wrestling is a much harder hitting, more impactful style. So that does help us, but we need to spoon feed that to the crowd and allow them to get to that point, that big freedom shout. And that's when we get that 1, 2, 3 at the end, the crowd erupts. That's what we're fighting for in every single match. I rubbed all that beard cream in, haven't I? White spot.
Keep going.
Sometimes it looks like being at the bottom of a after party. Not that I would know anything about that.
Is that how you put in the hashtag?
Yes. I mean, I'm using them. Use it.
Running all your